guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have another battle video for you. So if you remember last month around this time, I did a battle of the pancakes. So it was 3 different pancake mixes that I found that I battled out. I came across some brownie mix when I was in grocery outlet the other day. So I thought Valentine's Day, we'll just do a battle of the brownie mixes. So what I did was I also had one already on hand that I believe I got in a swap box, or maybe it was sent to me. I'm not sure, I don't remember, but I have one from there and then one on Amazon, and I just found one on Amazon that looks similar in size and whatnot, and thought I would just get those ones. So I'm gonna give you the information like I did in the last one, what they cost, where you can find them, the cost per serving, how many servings it makes. We'll go through the ingredients, and then we'll go through the macros, and then we'll go ahead and cook them up, and we will try them, and we'll see which one we like the best. So first up, we are gonna do the HighKey. This one you can either get on their website or you can get on Amazon. So surprisingly, their website, well, maybe not so surprisingly, their website is $11.47 for one of these, and this is a 9-ounce bag. It is only $9.98 on Amazon. So I'm gonna take the lower of the two prices to do the cost per serving, which is 83 cents per serving. So it's 12 servings in this bag, 83 cents per serving. The ingredients on the HighKey, we have no added sugar chocolate chips, which are sweetened with erythritol. And then we have erythritol, cocoa butter, stevia extract, organic cocoa, almond flour, monk fruit, and allulose. So you guys, if you watch me often, you know that allulose is one of those things that is so-so, whether it sits really well with my stomach. So it's kind of up to you when you're reading these ingredients. That's why I like to talk about the ingredients, because you kind of have to use your own judgment. The rest of the ingredients I think are fabulous. There is nothing else in there that is suspect at all. And allulose, actually, if you watch some videos on YouTube, a lot of people will take allulose and they'll check their blood sugars, and it does not raise their blood sugar. It does not raise my blood sugar. I have tested it, but it just can make my stomach a little upset sometimes. So definitely your mileage may vary when it comes to the certain different sugar alcohols, but the rest of the ingredients on this are very, very clean. The facts for the nutrition facts for the dry mix, because this is the only one that has it for the prepared mix. The rest of them only had it for the dry mix. So we're just gonna go with the dry mix macros. Calories, 45 calories, fat, 3 grams. Total carbs in this, 16 grams. But you got 5 grams of fiber, 9 grams of sugar alcohols. So that means 2 net carbs for a serving of this, and 1 gram. So another thing we're really going to test out, we're really gonna cut it into the number of servings that it says, so we can compare the size serving as well, because as you will see with this next one, I think it's gonna come out a lot smaller than this one. So that's what we have for HighKey. As far as what goes into it, you just put in 2 eggs and a 1/2 cup of butter that's been softened, melted, that kind of thing. So that's what goes into this one. The next up, we have the Lakanto. This is the one I found at Grocery Outlet for $5.99. On their website, it is $10.99. On Amazon, it is $7.69. So I'm gonna use the Amazon price for the price per serving, which is 48 cents. Sounds cheap, right? Except for this little bag has 16 servings. It's a 9.7 ounce bag. So not much more than the HighKey, but it's 16 servings. So you're gonna get a smaller brownie out of this one. And we'll just see how it turns out. The macros for this one: 10 calories, 0 fat, total carb is 15, 11 fiber, 1 sugar alcohol, so it's 3 net carbs, 0 protein. So all your protein and fat are coming from your ingredients in this mix. The ingredients. This one, if I remember right, with the pancake mix, it was the same way. Little bit suspect ingredients. Tapioca flour, which a lot of people said that it's basically just like a starch, but it's just a little suspect to me. Rice flour, again, another one. You know, rice is not something that we can have on keto, so it does make me wonder about rice flour in here. Dutch processed cocoa, monk fruit sweetener is actually the Lakanto blend sweetener, which is erythritol and monk fruit. Sugarcane fiber. I'm really curious about that. I have not looked up that ingredient. If you guys know anything about any of these ingredients that I am listing out, please let us know down in the comment section. So sugarcane fiber makes me a little suspect because sugarcane. Brown rice, again, another suspect. I'm assuming it's brown rice flour, or does it just say, just says brown rice. So it kind of makes me wonder about that. Oat fiber, which I know is completely fine. Baking powder, it has konjac on there, or konjac, I'm not sure how you say that. Those are like those noodles. So like the Miracle Noodles or the Noodles brand noodles. So it's the zero carb noodles. That's what they're made out of. So I know that's a plant, so I think that one's okay. And then xanthan gum, which would be for the thickening. So I do wonder, the ones I wonder about are the brown rice, sugarcane fiber, and the rice flour and the tapioca flour. Those could all raise your blood sugar. So what I might actually do too is have these again after I film this video, and then also test my blood sugar with these. That way we can kind of see. I'll have to do that over several days and just let you guys know what happened with that. But anyway, these are 3 net carbs. I'm kind of really curious about these ingredients. And then the last one is the one I found on Amazon. I just randomly found this one. I actually just typed in keto brownie mix. This was one of the first ones that popped up as one of the highly rated ones. So I wanted to pick one that was, you know, highly rated and at the top. So this one, the cost on this was $9.99. It has 12 servings. It is a 7.5 ounce bag, which again, this is going to be a small brownie because this is 2 ounces less than the rest of them, and it's 12 servings. So this is going to be probably the smallest one. And it was $9.99 on their website. It's $11.99, so definitely cheaper on Amazon. So it comes out to 83 cents per serving with the Amazon price. Oh, on the Lakanto, it's this. For the ingredients, 1/2 cup of coconut oil melted and 1 teaspoon of water and 2 eggs to make this one. So pretty similar. Actually, you'll see pretty similar in how you make all of these, which is a lot different than with the pancake mixes. The macros on the Good D's: calories 30, fat 1.5 grams, total carbs was 14 grams. There's 5 grams of fiber, 8 grams of sugar alcohol, so it's 1 net carb for each brownie. Again, I think these are going to be kind of itty bitty. And then 1 protein. So the ingredients on this one did a little bit different. These all have different ingredients, so I'm actually glad the mixes that I picked up. So as erythritol is the very first ingredient, which means that it is possibly is going to have that taste that you get with some sugar alcohols. Erythritol is one that can have a cooling effect to it, so I'll be very curious to see if this does this, with it being the very first ingredient and really it being the only sweetener in here except for stevia extract at the very end. So that's why I have so many sugar alcohols. So this one, I have a feeling, I'm not sure what the taste is going to be like on this one. The next ingredient is soluble tapioca fiber. I'm pretty sure that is the, no it's not, it's soluble corn fiber that is in a lot of the ChocZero things. So this is soluble tapioca fiber, unsweetened cocoa, sunflower seed flour. Now I know sunflower seeds are really low in carbs, so it's interesting that this is in here versus like almond flour. And then stevia extract. So there's not very many ingredients in any of these. They're very clean ingredients as far as there's not a lot of things in there that you can't pronounce. But I do just wonder, like I said, about, you know, I'm kind of suspect about some of these ingredients. Okay, and to make this one, same as the other one, 2 eggs and 1/2 cup of butter or coconut oil, but I did not have enough coconut oil to do that one. I just had butter. So only one coconut oil will be the Lakanto. So let's get the ingredients out. We'll go ahead and start mixing these up, and then we will see what it looks like, what the consistency of the batter is when we're getting it all mixed up. We're going to start with the HighKey. Let's see what this looks like. So this one you can actually see the chocolate chips. This was the only one that had chocolate chips in it. And this is the only one that had like almond flour, so like a flour that's real common in keto recipes. So we need 2 eggs and then the 1/2 cup of butter. And it said mostly melted, but it said to leave some to kind of mix in, and then 2 eggs. Here is the HighKey one all mixed up. We're gonna set that one aside and we'll go to Lakanto. What the Lakanto looks like. As soon as I opened this, I smelled, I can't figure out what the smell is. It's different though. I wouldn't say it was necessarily pleasant either. This one is 2 eggs. They all say to do 3 eggs if you want cake-like, but except for the HighKey did not say that. So I want to make them all the same. So I'm just doing fudgy brownies since that's what these other two said it would be if you do 2 eggs. So we have the 2 eggs, the melted coconut oil. This consistency of this one is really different, and it's because of the coconut oil. It's very oily, but that smell, y'all, it's just so different. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it would be besides maybe just their sweetener. Maybe it smells that way. I don't know. I use the Lakanto monk fruit sweetener all the time for baking, and I've never noticed that smell. So it'll be interesting with this one. So the last one is get it mixed up and get these in the oven. So this one looks, they all look kind of different. This one doesn't have any smell at all, just so you know. That one kind of freaked me out with the smell. Okay, the consistency of this one, I can tell you right now, probably because of the sunflower seed flour, it is very different. It's almost like that, like you would take sunflower seeds and whatever you do with them, grind them up. That's what it really looks like it is. So interesting. This butter's already hardened back up. I found a shell in my last one, so I'm glad I mixed it up. I couldn't figure out what this thing was, and they're floating, and it was a shell. Okay, let's mix this final one up. Okay, these need to go into an 8x8 pan. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to line them with parchment paper. For one, just so I can pull them out and we can see how thick they get, but also so I can put the name on there so I don't lose track of which one is which. So the next thing you'll see is when they get out of the oven, and we will taste test them. Okay, so it has been much, much later, and everything is cooked and cooled, and I'm going to show you guys a close-up of these as I try them. So at first glance, the HighKey, it actually with that batter looked the best, and they came out looking a little bit shiny looking. The Lakanto, which was the one that I said the batter, I thought looked a little odd, smelled a little odd. They actually came out looking the best, more looking like a brownie than any of the other ones. The Good D's one, they actually fell apart when I cut them, so they got real crumbly. You'll see that, but it's all about flavor, right? So I'm also want to show you the size difference. I was telling you guys that the HighKey was 12 servings and the Lakanto was 16. So there is a little bit of a size difference. So let's go ahead and try one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everybody in my household, so there'll be 4 people that'll be trying these. And at the end of this video, I will have a count of how many scores each of these got. And then also I'm going to go ahead and test my blood sugar on all 3 of these, and I will give you guys the results of those. I'm going to test them every 30 minutes for 90 minutes after I eat each different one. I'm going to do that over the next few days, so I will have that at the end of the video as well. So let's go ahead and try these. Here's the HighKey one. Definitely a fudgy brownie. Doesn't have any aftertaste or anything. That one tastes pretty good. Okay, let's try the Lakanto one. Okay, considering this one, like I said, the batter looked weird and it smelled weird. These ones I think actually definitely have the most texture like a regular brownie. These ones had a little bit of a chewiness to them, but this one definitely has that cake-like brownie. Yeah, these are pretty good. It does have a slight aftertaste of something, and I don't know if it's what that smell was. I don't know. I do wonder about those ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna try one of the little pieces of this because these are just falling apart like crazy, these Good D ones. Now I was thinking that these Good D's ones, that's these ones right here. I was thinking those may have, and they do have a little bit. So I told you with the first ingredient being erythritol, that it was going to be possible you were really going to taste the sugar alcohols on that one. These definitely have that cooling effect that straight erythritol has. So you definitely get that. And I think the difference between the Lakanto and that is that Lakanto and the HighKey, I think both, yeah, they both have erythritol and monk fruit, which that I think kind of cuts that cooling effect, because monk fruit doesn't really have that cooling effect that I've noticed. So these ones definitely have that. So if you're not a fan of erythritol, you probably will not like these ones, because it definitely has that cooling effect. But they don't taste bad. I kind of wondered with it having a sunflower seed flour, how it would taste. Definitely not bad. Now, as a bonus for you guys, I'm going to make, so if this kind of thing is not for you, you don't want to spend $10 for a package of brownies, unless you're lucky enough to find them for $5.99 at the grocery outlet like I was. I'm going to show you a brownie in a mug. Also, you know, if having this like in your home, if you're going to eat the whole pan, which, you know, is a problem, so portion control. I'm going to show you how to make a brownie in a mug, and we'll taste that, and I'll let you know how that compares to the rest of these. Okay, so in this bowl right here, we have 2 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, a half of a teaspoon of baking powder, a dash of salt. Then we have here 1 egg that's been beaten, and then we have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and then we're also going to put some vanilla in there. So first I'm just going to go ahead and mix all this up, and then this is going to go into the microwave between 50 and 60 seconds. You have to be careful that you don't overcook them, or else they get really dry. Oh, I also have a tablespoon of sugar-free chocolate chips. I use the ones at Walmart, that the Bake Believe brand. That's what I find them at Walmart. Okay, so we're just gonna put this mug, I did spray it with cooking spray as well, just to make sure that it did not stick. Okay, we're just gonna do, it's supposed to be 1/8 of a teaspoon of vanilla, but you guys know I never measure my vanilla. And we're just gonna stir this up, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the microwave, and then we will try it, and I'll let you know how this is compared to those brownie mixes. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it comes out. So this is after 55 seconds, and you can see one of the things that the chocolate chips do is it kind of melts it like lava cake, kind of. So let me turn the camera on to me, and we'll try this one. Okay, it's really hot, but we're gonna try it. So I have to be honest, this actually, I think, might be better than those brownie mixes. I think because there's not as many ingredients in it. So I don't know if there's like full recipes out there for full pans of brownies. There probably is, I'm sure. But anyway, this is really good. So if you just want a portion control brownie in a mug, you may go this route than spending $10 on those mixes, because they were good, but they weren't like out of this world, have to spend $10 to have a pan of brownies. So anywho, I will have, at the end of this video, I will have all of our ratings, so I'll tell you guys what we thought were the best ones. I personally, is kind of a tie between HighKey and Lakanto, but I have to kind of give the edge to Lakanto on there, although the ingredients are the ones that I'm kind of suspect about. So if I were going to buy any, I would buy the HighKey, just because the ingredients seem to be cleaner than for me. But I'm gonna do some research on the ingredients, and maybe those ones aren't too bad, and you guys can let me know in the comment section. I also will have everything about the blood sugars at the end as well. So if you are liking these battle videos, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving comments down below. Also, let me know what else you might wanna see me battle out. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video. I was just gonna throw some numbers up on the screen, and then I thought, you know what, I really want to wrap all this up and really portray exactly how I feel about all these products that we battled out. Also, so if you made it this far in the video, let's see if we can find like a boxing glove emoji or something that reminds you of a battle or a fight, okay? Put that down there in the comment section if you made it this far in the video. Now, let's just do the rankings super quickly. So I had 4 people in my household rank these brownies. All of us are adult age. So we had me and my husband and my 20 and 22-year-old who still live at home. So just so you know, I am the only one that does keto. My 20-year-old did keto for a while, so he also uses artificial sweeteners sometimes, but he's not as sensitive to those types of things. So his tastes, he usually, if I make something, he usually likes it, no problem. It's not usually an issue. He does not like erythritol too much. Like, he doesn't like the cooling effect you get off of there. But the other two do, you know, they don't like partake in keto stuff that often, especially like the sweet stuff. So just to kind of give that background. As far as me, my rankings for me, definitely the mug cake was number 1, the Lakanto was number 2, the HighKey was number 3, and the Good D's was number 4. So that's my ranking. As far as everybody else, the mug cake got 2 first places and 2 second places. The Lakanto got 1 of each. So none of us agreed on the Lakanto. The HighKey, one person did the HighKey as first place, 2 of us did 3rd place, and 1 person did 4th place. And then the Good D's, 1 person did 2nd place, 1 person did 3rd place, and 2 of us did 4th place. So right there shows you that it's all across the board, and that taste is definitely subjective. So that's why I like to really say that in these types of videos, or any videos where I'm telling you that I like a certain product, because I don't want you to automatically think just because I like it, you're going to like it. And especially, I just want you to really think about that before you go spend money on these products, because that's one thing about keto products, is that they are very expensive. Now, that's why I don't mind doing these battle videos, because I'm very lucky to get some of these products for free, or I do find them in my grocery outlet, or I just go ahead and purchase them for the purposes of doing these videos. So looking at the results of these brownie packages and brownie mixes, honestly, I have to tell you, just don't even bother wasting your money on these special keto products, and just find yourself a recipe and make it yourself. Let's talk about blood sugar. So I tested all 4 of these products over a few days, and what I did was I tested my blood sugar over a 2-hour period, so every 30 minutes over a 2-hour period, to see what my blood sugar was after only eating the brownie. So I didn't have anything else, just had plain water and no coffee or anything, just plain water after I ate the brownie for 2 hours. So I wanted to really see how they did. And the reason why I did this was because of the products in the Lakanto brownie. I really like Lakanto products. I'm not gonna, honestly, I can't really say anything too bad about them. I started doing these battle videos, and I wasn't real huge fan of their pancake mix. You use their sweeteners all the time. But this mix had things like rice flour, sugarcane fiber, brown rice. It just kind of made me wonder, how are these products going to affect my blood sugar? So I did the Lakanto first, because that was the one I was most curious about. When I first tested my blood sugar that day, it was 86. At 10:30, it had spiked to 96. At 11, it spiked up to 98. And then at 11:30, it was still 98. And then at 12, it had came down to 96. So it never like got down to the 86 I started with, and it spiked up that many points. Now, I don't know if that's a whole lot, but that is a spike, and it never did come back down. So I do suspect that some of those ingredients caused that to happen. Which ones, I have no idea, but I think I was right to be suspicious about those products. The HighKey, when I first tested it at 11:45 that day, the day that I did it, it was 84. By 12:15, it was 86, so it went up 2, and then it just stayed 86 the whole rest of the time. It never changed or fluctuated at all. So I feel like that's okay. I don't have any issues with the HighKey ones. The Good D's, when I did it that first day, it was 130 when I tested it. My blood sugar was 85. It went up to 86, and it stayed 86 the entire 2 hours. With the mug cake, it was 83 that day. It never actually fluctuated at all. It stayed 83 for those entire 2 hours. So what does that tell me? It tells me that the other ones are not going to affect my blood sugar. It did not spike at all, but the Lakanto definitely spiked. But don't take these results as your own, because your body is going to react to what your body is going to react to. I have friends who tell me, you know, that they have certain things affect their blood sugar. So you really have to take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt. And honestly, you can buy a blood sugar tester for really cheap on Amazon, or probably even at Walmart in your grocery store. You don't have to buy the ketone meter, just get this. I have just a regular blood sugar monitor that I use as well, and definitely it's a lot cheaper than just getting the whole ketone thing if you don't want to get that. But I highly recommend, if you ever have an ingredient, you have something that you're just not sure how it's affecting, then test your blood sugar. Definitely, just see how it affects you. I mean, I don't know which, like I said, I don't know which of these products in Lakanto. Obviously, the tapioca flour was fine because it was in several of the things and it didn't affect my blood sugar. But I don't know if it was the rice flour, the sugarcane fiber, the brown rice. I have a feeling it was probably the brown rice, because when I did do some research on the sugarcane fiber, that does not seem to be something that would be an issue, just because it has the word sugarcane in it. I did do some research on there, and I think we're okay with that. But maybe the rice flour or the brown rice. Those are the two things that I have a feeling probably affected it. But I don't know, who knows? But I'm glad I did the test, and I'm glad I did this battle, because it is really tempting to buy some of these products that you see out there just because that keto label is on there. But in cases like this, and probably even the pancakes, although I've not found a pancake recipe that I really like that tastes like pancakes like those other ones do. But these brownie mixes, you can make this out of your own kitchen and not spend the money on these. Let me know down below what else you might want to see me battle out. It doesn't have to be mixes like these have been. This just happened to be these last two videos. If there's certain kind of products out there that you would like to see me battle out, I would love to do it. Even if it's products that you know I've tried before, I can maybe find a couple other ones of the same kind of category that I've not tried before. I would love to do that. I'm really liking these videos. I'd love to do one like once a month. So March is coming up, so let me know what you may want to see in March. And if I get a lot of suggestions down there, then I will go ahead and do a poll on my community tab, and we can battle it out there and see which one wins. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.